Effective communication is the cornerstone of crisis management and corporate reputation. It's not just what you say, but how you say it and how you say it.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are excited about today's workshop on crisis management and corporate communication.
Before we dive into the insightful discussion, I would like to express our gratitude to the Director of Maharaja Agrisingh Institute of Management Studies and Head
In shaping the educational experience we receive. A special thanks to our workshop organizer, Ms. Shefali Ahuja, for her dedication and efforts in making this workshop possible. Her passion for communication and education has inspired us all.
is a crucial aspect of any organization, emphasizing the strategic handling of unexpected events that may negatively impact its reputation. It involves effective communication, decision-making, and public relations to navigate through challenging situations.
On the other hand, corporate communication plays a vital role in
National Gas Corporation Limited. She brings a wealth of experience in corporate communication and crisis management.
Please join me in welcoming Ms. Chandrali Mukherjee.
That you people have given me this morning. Thank you especially to Deeksha and Manya for their very kind words. And please let me know when you all are ready. We could just start with the session.
Yes or no, whatever you have.
Yes. How many people do we have here in the seminar hall today? How many people? Rough number?
70, 80 only.
70. Perfect. Shall we see? I hope you're all settled in. Are we all settled in properly? Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hello, I'm Chandrali. Lots of formality in here because it's an institution and I understand that we are all going to get into the intricacies of corporate crisis communication. Can you just close this one? Yes, sir, yes. I'm sorry, it's a little disturbing. Somebody just keeps coming from that side. I'm Chandrali. I happen to handle the public relations. Can you all hear me clearly until the last thing? Thank you. Thank you for the thumbs up. So I happen to...
Yes.
I'm Chandrali and I happen to handle the public relations for a company that you all might be aware of, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation of India. I hope you might have heard it. It's a Maharatna. And I work with one of the most dangerous industries in the world, that is the oil and gas. Coincidentally, when I came into this industry, I was just a student like you all, a couple of years ago, less than a couple of years ago, and I had no idea what I'm getting into because nobody can actually prepare you for public relations. We think we read the theory and we know the light from life. Should I use the mic?
Yes, ma'am.
The thing is, I'll have to hold it.
A little bit nearer.
It's not moving. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I just want you all to get comfortable and sit. Because that would be a grave injustice to your teachers who might have worked so hard to explain it to you over many sessions and many classes. What I want to give you is a very straight, simple and realistic idea of how the public relations industry works. Sir, can you just tell me your name please? What? Your name, you just...
Jitendra.
No, not yours.
Harsh.
Harsh, can you hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
And the young lady sitting straight to me? What's your name? आपका नाम क्या है?
आपका छोटा नाम क्या
Right.
Kashish, I will just give you a small responsibility. Please let me know when you can't hear this industry. I have made a presentation for you all because there should always be a standard operating procedure when you go about explaining the industry and their intricacies. So, does that work for you? A PowerPoint works for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Managing the corporate crisis through communication. We will also have small exercises that we'll undertake, but first we'll understand what the job is about. Madam, are you busy on your phone? My phone is, please. Let's talk. Area to talk. Yes. Could you please stand up? Do not give me a theoretical understanding, but just tell me what do you understand by crisis communication?
I believe that crisis revolves around the things which do not making people aware of something which they were not aware of and giving them few simple steps which could be quite pivotal and serve as a boon in times of things which were totally unprecedented and are uncontrollable at that moment of time.
Right, perfect. Do we all agree with Amrish?
Yes, ma'am.
आप लोग हिंदी अंग्रेजी दोनों में comfortable हैं?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Crisis communication. How well you prepare yourself in any industry or any standard operating procedure, there is bound to be a lacuna. There will come a crisis which you have not yet prepared and you are having a lovely dinner with your friends in the evening in a nice cafe and your boss will call you and ruin it completely for you. But there is a wonderful line that I read a long time ago. I slept and dreamt that life was beauty and woke and found that life was duty. So this is when the duty calls, you have to answer. So let us first look at effective communication in crisis. If you remember these three things, and also let me first ask you, ma'am, what is your name? At the corner, near the air conditioner. Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Ma'am,
Sit. Don't wait. Your name? Manya. Manya, what is public relations?
Ma'am, what I mean for public in terms of any of the finance or any of you can say for the job perspective, like if there is any kind of
Manya, I would just like to interrupt you a bit. We have Dr. Bhandari sitting at the back and he handled the public relations for... Do we have anybody to add to that maybe? That's a very fundamental understanding of public relations. Do we have anybody? Raise your hands and sit and just explain it to me. Because I want to understand where you are coming from. Yes, ma'am.
Come up with your answer.
Ma'am, basically maintaining the image of the brand or whatever institution you're
Right.
working in and just showing that what it depicts to the public.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody else? Yes, sir. Please tell me.
Building the goodwill of the company.
Goodwill of the company. But that is brand management. That is not public relations. Right? Anybody else? Basic है ना communication theory का. Communication theory and models. What made Wilbur Schramm break through from other models or theories? Can anybody tell me that? उससे पहले भी बहुत सारे we had theories and models. Sir, correct me if I'm wrong. We had several theories ever since the dawn of the Second World War. Woodrow Wilson.
so like there was the last feedback on a cheese.
Precisely. Feedback. Communication is always a two-way street. It is not a lecture where only I'm speaking and you are listening, absorbing, minding your own business or maybe not minding it. Ma'am, can you sit down? Do you not have seats? The bell? That is public relations, where you have to give an honest image of your country. My company, say for example, ONGC, it is a company which deals in exploration and production of hydrocarbons. Okay? We now live in a world where we are talking about renewable energy, we are talking about a push away from hydrocarbons, oil and gas. But is that possible immediately, especially in a developing country? Not possible. So it will at least take us, to be very honest, at least 50 to 70 years to completely become a green-based energy nation, first of all. That is public relations. The first crisis that I had when I came into this company, which is something I never knew how to handle, was my group of companies also owns helicopters. It's called Pavan Hans. These are the government helicopters, so my company owns them. We had a major helicopter accident in 2022 near Mumbai. You can lie, you can just blame a cyclone, or you can also say that you did not follow the rules and procedure that you were supposed to follow. Which one would you do? Just blame the cyclone and just, internally give them the resources? That is not how you do public relations. You have to honestly communicate with people. Say for example, a couple of years ago, you also had the cyclone Taute. I thought just go talk table with him. Taute was also there. So because we deal in offshore operations, we have to be on our toes. Meteorological department में क्या चल रहा है क्या नहीं चल रहा है आपको पता करना पड़ेगा. That is your job. Your job is to know the ins and outs and everything that comes in the purview of your industry. If you don't do that, you're not being honest to your own job, and if you're not being honest to your job, you'll of course not be honest to the public, and then you'll spin lies. Public relations is not just about issuing press releases, let me tell you that. We have accurate information to give. If you refer to the slide, you can understand. It's about accurate information. You have to alleviate fears. तो जो लोग involved हैं किसी accident या किसी crisis में, पहले उनके घर वालों को reach out करिए आप. That is your job. You have to assure them that we are doing the best we can to procure your loved ones, give them the resources that we need, and you have to be on your foot. आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि मेरा 5:30 बजे काम खत्म हो गया. ऐसा नहीं होता है public relations में. Fortunately, unfortunately, it's like being a public figure. Say for example, work that you do should consume you all the time. ठीक है? Please don't look at your teachers. Just remember. We are not following any theory here. Just following the industry. And if you're done with the conversation, shall we proceed? During any crisis, so I hope that can give you a little clarity to what I'm doing. You have to be on your toes. Timeliness is the key. Without timeliness, नहीं चलेगा. कि आज एक्सीडेंट हुआ, हम कल अपना प्रेस रिलीज निकालेंगे, we'll issue something on Twitter. नहीं. And also in terms of companies, in terms of corporations and PSUs as well, what do you think sticks? What makes companies sticks? So there are many Maharatnas in the country, you're aware of that. And there is an idea that it's a corporate, but it's also like a government setup. तो आप कैसे engage करेंगे? जैसे मेरी कंपनी के तो वो भी नहीं है ना, we don't even have petrol pumps. तो how do I engage with people? कैसे बनाओ? How to design campaigns which can reach out to people? Have you ever wondered? कैसे करती होगी ऐसी कंपनी? There are 3 letters that we use. It's called CSR. Right? Help out people as much as you can. Give back to people. And also earn some brownie points. But that's the secret. We'll not discuss it other time. Adaptability is also the key. You have to adapt. Consistently, जैसे आपके डिजिटल मीडिया के नए चैनल्स आ रहे हैं, you have to be abreast of that. कि सिर्फ एक ट्वीट कर देने से नहीं चलेगा. आपको एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट करना पड़ेगा Instagram पे, because that is the future right now. Facebook is unfortunately almost dead now, and many people who are using it would understand that. Threads unfortunately did not work. But Instagram is the key. Or recent corporate crisis. एक मैं आपको I will acquaint you to 4-5. I think it might help you out. Boeing 737 Max crisis. Fatal crashes हुए आपके. Intense scrutiny हुई safety concerns को लेकर, and पूरी fleet को ground कर दिया गया. Reputational damage हुआ. Because Boeing is considered to be best in class in aircrafts. You know this aircraft company? Overheating and fire problems. Is that acceptable for an automated car? एक तो आप चला भी नहीं रहे, वो अपने हिसाब से गर्म भी हो रही है, क्रैश भी कर रही है, पता भी नहीं चलेगा. Beautiful cars though, I have to tell you. I saw one. It's beautifully done. And how are you going to do it? ठीक है? Chandrali, think about it. Ma'am. Name. Sit.
So basically, what I think that if I'll be at that place, what I'll firstly.
We have to talk to everybody in the class. So,
Okay.
point.
तो मैं सबसे पहले ऑब्जर्व करूँगी एग्जैक्टली हुआ क्या है.
Too late.
मतलब प्रेस रिलीज तैयार करी
Press
जाएगी एज अ पीआर ऑफिसर कि जो मीडिया को देना है ताकि बाहर पैनिक ज़्यादा ना फैले और एक
क्या
इन्फॉर्मेशन
बताएंगे उसमें से? वो तो आपका काम है ना. Press release.
प्रेस रिलीज क्या प्रिपेयर करी जाएगी कि अंदर क्या सिचुएशन है सब कुछ हैंडल
क्या सिचुएशन जो है दूसरों की बात सुनेंगे तभी हमारी बात सुनेंगे. बताएं सर. नाम.
हमें कुछ नहीं बोलना पड़ेगा बस इमीडिएटली बोलना पड़ेगा
चलिए आप दोनों ये दोनों प्लीज क्या बताएंगे. सुनिए सुनिए प्लीज लिसन टू योर बैचमेट्स.
Please quiet, please don't disturb him. Let him concentrate.
ऐसे don't.
Good job,
Please. Out of respect, yeah.
Just record
Batchmates हैं
him.
आपके,
Record
दोस्त हैं.
him.
Very good. आपका नाम और वर्कशॉप है ये, लेक्चर नहीं है.
पहले हम अपनी सेफ्टी इंश्योर
नहीं वो तो कर ही रहे हैं. पार्लियामेंट के अंदर इतने इम्पोर्टेंट प्राइम मिनिस्टर है तो उसके अंदर है. सिक्योरिटी आपकी है. दैट्स नॉट इट.
Shara. So basically, communicating somehow to the people that it's under control, if there's nothing to panic about the situation.
That's the first thing you do. Sharon, right? You tell people there's nothing to panic about because it is under control. ठीक है? Thank you. उसके बाद
Give them that much information so they get calm. Not saying like do not lie, but at the same time if the situation is getting out of control and you know it, so don't
नहीं,
let the people.
वो मैंने आपको बोला ना हो चुका है करके चले गए.
Okay.
आप बिल्डिंग के अंदर हैं बाहर नहीं निकल सकते.
पब्लिक के लिए क्लियर रहना चाहिए कि अटैक किसने करा उसकी इंफॉर्मेशन मिलनी चाहिए कि कौन रिस्पॉन्सिबल है. ठीक है मैक्सिमम
क्योंकि तब तक आपकी इंटेलिजेंस एजेंसी ये फिगर आउट कर चुकी
फिगर
है.
आउट कर चुकी है. जैसे 26/11 में पाकिस्तान के टेररिस्ट थे.
Because if there are terrorists, they will tell you where they are from. तो ये आपको बताना पड़ेगा.
तो इन्फॉर्मेशन
Try करें कि वो कैसे attack कर पाए, उनसे negotiate कर पाए, मतलब try कर पाए कि उनको loophole दे दे कि वो save कर पाए खुद को और public को save कर पाए.
That's much needed. Yes.
Because panic.
कोई बड़ा political crisis होता है, which affects your sociology, which affects your economy, which affects your people, and the very idea of security in a country. और ऐसा छोटे बड़े लेवल पर हर जगह होता रहता है. First and foremost, I would like to ask Dr. Prashant, sir, can you tell me 5 things which you did when this happened? 5 things, sir. Sir, please sit down. Please sit down. Don't inconvenience yourself. 5 things that you did. Oh, you do more comfortable here? Sure.
The topic under discussion is about that particular incident which took place on 30th December at Parliament House. And I was the fortunate person heading the PR department. I was the PR of Parliament Secretariat when this event took place on 13th December, right? As she just suggested, asked me to give you the 5 major points. What was my instant reaction, right? My first job was to get in touch with the security head for the necessary input. 1. Necessary input. क्या हुआ है, right? Second, to assure, to ascertain, is there any casualty or the action is still on. So I was just told, hold on, action is still on. There were 3 casualties on our side. 3 security marshals were shot dead at gate number 12. There were total 5 terrorists, right? 3 of them were already down, 2 were hiding in the corridors, right? So I was just asked to hold on, not to issue any information, not to part with any information as such, right? After about 17-18 minutes, I got the information, all 5 are dead. They are under control. The situation is under control. Simultaneously, we had sent the SOS to the police headquarters to deploy the additional force. We had informed the army headquarters at Delhi Kent to deploy a second circle of army personnel. Even the tanks were there, were deployed there. And within about 15 minutes time, the situation was under control. And at that time, I was not supposed to issue a press release as such. Just a few 2-liner to Akashvani and Doordarshan. Attacked, situation under control. All the extremists are, terrorists are dead. This was just to apprise the nation and the world that this event has taken place, right? Situation under control. That is the best option. Please, no need to get worried. It was only after getting the confirmation I informed my better half back home. I am safe, don't worry, obviously. So these are the things, your presence of mind. मेरा पहला काम होना चाहिए था, पहले अपने घर बताओ, मैं तो सेफ हूँ, बाकी क्या है मुझे नहीं पता. Simple. Security head, sir, under control, hold on, please hold on. Don't issue any release or don't part with any information as such. Right? It will send a wrong message. And the inside story is this, why we were saved, for the simple reason. On that day, the transmission was on, television transmission on Sunset TV. A remote area where the headquarters was there, from where they were getting the instruction, all 5 of them, right? They were supposed to inform these 5 people in that car. This is the time the House session has started, right? You can barge into Parliament House from gate number 1 and go to both the chambers, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Unfortunately, that headquarters where the nodal person was sitting there in Shakti Nagar, area की लाइट चली गई, टेलीविजन बंद हो गया, and they were totally on road runs. पार्लियामेंट स्ट्रीट पे उस गाड़ी में जो 5 आतंकवादी बैठे हुए थे, उनको समझ में नहीं क्या हुआ, उन्होंने देखा 11:02 हो गए हैं, सेशन शुरू हो गया होगा. It so happened, सदन में किसी फॉर्मर मेंबर के ऑब्ituary रेफरेंस के बाद सदन को स्थगित कर दिया गया और दोनों चैम्बर के सदस्य जो थे लोकसभा और राज्यसभा के, they had come to the central hall. They were sitting at one place. That was the best part. So the moment the incident took place, the firing started outside. Security ने corridors जो थे central hall के सब बंद कर दिए. All the members from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha were inside the central hall. Right? So my job as a PR was simply to observe the situation and take the security and the speaker's office in confidence. Sir, बाहर मीडिया को क्या बताना है? So the पहली statement was just a 2-liner. Attacked, yes, temple of democracy attacked. Situation under control. We have taken control of all the extremists. तो बाहर पहला मैसेज ये गया, गड़बड़ तो हुई है, पर स्थिति नियंत्रण में है. मेरे ख्याल से उस समय मेरी समझ से this was the best possible option. Thereafter, जब सारी स्क्रूटनी हुई, we realized, and within a month's time, we had deputed a team of 50 security officers to Chicago. We spent nearly 2,200 crores on security drills. We realized these were the lacunas and the loopholes in our security system. कि एक MP की गाड़ी के साथ-साथ bullet to bullet लगा के उस गाड़ी ने एंट्री ले ली थी. And they immediately rushed to the gate number 1. From reception, from gate number 1 to the gate number 1 of the Parliament House, the distance is hardly 100 meters. But when the second car in which all the extremists were there, they got into that area without any pass. There was a message on wireless. right? They have their code, Papa something, right? Immediately, all the 12 gates of the Parliament House were closed. But unfortunately, the 3 security officials who were closing the gate number 12, right? The gates are very heavy. So, they came in the line and they got fired. 3 casualties in Hamari, security watch and ward officers. Besides that, there was no other casualty. All 5 of them were killed, and we have seen their bodies. It was pathetic. Right? So the situation was under control. Army, security, intelligence agencies were all surrounding this when they had formed a circle. There were 3 circles to ensure no further action is taken. I mean, like there is no further threat on that issue. It was their bad luck actually. वहाँ पर लाइट चली गई, दूरदर्शन को पता नहीं चला कि सदन शुरू हो गया है. सदन शुरू भी हो गया था. कुछ ऑब्वियसली रेफरेंस के बाद एडजर्न हो गया. Members were there. Since they were in one place, at one place, it was easier for the security officials to protect. Right? So it's no presence of one.
So, coming back to what we were talking about, crisis in communication is never theoretical. You are never truly prepared. And we can make grand plans, have grand standard operating procedures, but it is only about remembering the 5 essential things. You observe, that is what you do as a student of communication. You observe first, take it all in, and you must always, no matter where you are, what you are doing, always go back to your seniors and ask what you should be doing. Never issue something from your end, because trust me, it will not be pleasant for you specifically. The information that has gone, और उसके बाद उसके repercussions जो आपको सहने पड़ेंगे, you have no idea. Yes.
As you said, you have to be honest with the public when you are communicating. So does that not create any further crisis?
Please. बस 10 मिनट की बात है.
Like sometimes if we inform public about something, a crisis or something, they misinterpret or they interpret it into 10 different meanings.
Yes.
So doesn't that lead to another crisis?
No. Accurate information. That will be there. Any other questions, please? Yes. I have faced many crises and it just goes on. It's relentless. It's very interesting. जैसे I'm a student of industry के बारे में. But once you realize how important it is, and so many people and so many industries are associated with it, it becomes amazing. और हम लोग तो communication के लोग हैं ना, हमारा तो काम है कहानियों पे डील करना. तो थोड़ी scientific टेक्निक की ये कहानी है, but मजा बहुत आता है. It's very interesting. Now you can ask me like crude oil क्या होता है, polyol क्या होता है. While doing that PhD, I got bored of academia a little. So I got bored because when I started my PhD, the pandemic started. I was like, क्या चल रहा है यार? It's not fun. मजा नहीं आ रहा है. Journalism में तो it should be a little fun, ना? You should be on your edge all the time. So when that happened, I saw an advertisement of ONGC. I applied. I was chosen. I gave an interview. The interview was on a particular date, which was my best friend's wedding, and I had to dress her up as a bride. So I was very irritated.
I would like to extend a heartful vote of thanks to all our esteemed guests, participants and organizers who have made this workshop possible.
Your enthusiasm and commitment towards learning and growth is truly inspiring. Now we would like to invite the head of department, Dr. Umesh Chandra Pathak sir, to facilitate with memento and sample. Invite all the faculty members to join for the final claim.